Hey, what's up, everyone? Pasay Butter here. We are now on this May 2, 2023 NBA Game Day. We got a couple of games for today. And to kick things off, we will be talking about this Eastern Conference semifinals between Miami Heat, number 8, going up against the New York Knicks, number 5. Again, I'm just inviting everyone who have not subscribed yet to our YouTube account or YouTube channel, Pasay Baller. Please click on the subscribe button below. At the same time, hit on that bell logo. That way, automatically, you guys will be receiving notifications whenever new videos are uploaded. This is game number 2 of this Eastern Conference semifinals. Currently, Miami Heat is actually up 1-0. This is game number 2. And the spread, by the way, that is given is minus 6.5. And that's actually given towards the home team. That is the New York Knicks. And by the way, as we all know, we actually provide free predictions right here in our little channel, Pase Baller. But for those who would want to avail our, best picks or our premium picks, you can actually reach us through Instagram, Telegram, or Messenger, and the information are actually right there at the bottom in the in the description of this particular video. All right. Thank you very much for those who have subscribed lately. It's actually cool that yesterday we actually got both predictions correct. All right. So on this game, the New York Knicks, they would still have the home court advantage, so that's a check on their part. In terms of momentum, of course, we got to give it to Miami Heat. They actually defeated the New York Knicks right at the Madison Square Garden in game number 1. That's the first loss of the New York Knicks in Madison Square Garden. The Knicks, they actually had a very good start. They were even still up at the half by, I think, 5 points, I guess it was. But then again, Miami Heat took game number 1. So obviously, momentum is on their side. Now, this is gonna be the biggest factor for me on this particular game, and perhaps for the days to come. That is the availability and the health of both teams. Let's take a look at it. Starting with Miami Heat, Tyler Hero and Oladipo, as we all know, they are both out for this particular game. Um, Haywood Highsmith is actually listed as questionable for Miami Heat, and again, the biggest issue or the biggest news for Miami Heat is Jimmy Butler's health. He is actually listed as questionable for this game. We all know what happened. If you watched game number 1, he actually sprained his ankle right there, but stayed in the game right around 5 minute mark. Right, he stayed in the game, but I don't know how true it was. But after the game, I read some articles saying that the sprain of the ankle sprain of Jimmy Butler actually got so huge that it became as huge as a baseball. I don't know how accurate that was. Sometimes how it is during news and all that. But that's what I read. Because I was like talking to myself, if it's that big, he won't he won't be questionable, man. He's already out for this game, so I don't know. We just don't know. All right. Now for the New York Knicks, Sims is already out for the rest of the seasons. For the rest of the season, that's actually a huge loss for them because that's an additional big for the New York Knicks. Julius Randle, he is listed as questionable still. On game number 1, he was listed as questionable and he ended up not playing. And man, this is gonna be something bigger for the New York Knicks. Jalen Brunson is actually listed as questionable because of some ankle stuff as well. When I saw this one, I got shocked, and at the same time, I was like confused. Like I didn't really see Brunson getting badly hurt right there. I don't know what's going on. All right, so with this kind of situation, it's almost like a toss coin. Miami Heat already losing a couple of players. The New York Knicks losing one young big. And we have some players right here, stars at that, who are listed as questionable. So for me, in terms of health, I would have to say that it is a toss coin. Although I have to say that there must be some sort of a little advantage on New York Knicks because we saw how bad Jimmy Butler's situation was as compared to Brunson, wherein I don't know. Some are even saying that it's just a psycho war being filed by the New York Knicks. I don't know. Again, we don't know what's going on. All right, so minus 6.5. That's actually the spread that was given, and that's given towards the New York Knicks. Again, Miami Heat is up 1-0. This Miami Heat squad is just doing great things right now. First, they defeated Milwaukee Bucks. Right now, they are up 1-0 against the New York Knicks. Man, just like what I said before that game started, the New York Knicks haven't lost in the Garden in the playoffs yet. And that was the first loss that they had, and that was against Miami Heat. That's how good and how clutch Miami Heat has been for the past couple of weeks. Would that happen again in this particular game? Again, there are a lot of questions still unanswered. But of course, we got to pick a prediction right now. Okay, the New York Knicks, they would still have the advantage in terms of in terms of being at home, in terms of the availability of the players. I'm looking at Randall. I saw his video, taking those shots, having some soft practices before game one, and he kind of looked okay. He kind of looked okay, but he did not uh, play in game number one with that kind of movement, with that kind of shooting. I think he will play in game number two. Again, that's just me. All right. Now for Jalen Brunson, not sure how bad that is. Not sure how true that is. But again, I've read some articles that maybe it's just some psych war being made by the coaching staff of the New York Knicks. I don't know. I really don't know. For Jimmy Butler, now that's what I saw. I was watching that. I was watching that game, and Jimmy Butler got hurt. I'm a huge New York Knicks fan, but I don't want anyone to get hurt. I used to play as well when I was in high school, when I was in college. I know how bad it is to get hurt. I know how depressing it is when you want to play but you can't because of an injury. So, hoping for the best, praying for the best for Jimmy Butler, of course. But in this particular game, simply put, I think the New York Knicks would actually come back. They have been good for the past couple of months, especially whenever they were at home. I expect a bounce back game. They have been good. I expect Julius Randle to actually play on this one. Maybe limited minutes, yes, but a limited minutes of Julius Randle is still way different from not having him at all. Jalen Brunson, not sure about him, but I don't know. I'm considering the fact that maybe it's just like a psych war being issued by the New York Knicks. Jimmy Butler, he might be playing, but the health of Jimmy Butler is obviously not at 100%. He might be able to score. He is Jimmy Buckets, and he's called for a reason. But obviously, in terms of defending, he would be a huge, huge target for the New York Knicks. My pick on this one would be the New York Knicks minus 6.5. I feel like the New York Knicks would actually show up in here trying to show that what happened in game number one was simply a fluke. Not really a fluke. It's not like Miami can't win there, but that it should have been there. It should have been their game. But, they just lost touch towards the end of the game, and I'm pretty sure that they would want to make sure that the W is actually right on their pockets before they go home. So my pick on this one would be the New York Knicks minus 6.5. I'm also expecting Julius Randle to show up and play. Peace out, pass I love, and God bless.